Good morning. Welcome back to the morning show right here on Channel 18. And a big thanks to the Village at Winter Park Resort for being one of our key sponsors. A lot of shops and restaurants, and all of it didn't exist without this guy sitting right next to me. So I'm hanging here with Gary DeFrange, president of Winter Park Ski Resort. And Gary, it's a real honor to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Hey, it's been a great winter. How's it been through your eyes?
It has been a wonderful winter, and after the way we started, it's been quite a surprise.
Anytime I'm mountain biking on opening day, that's only happened one other time, and that wasn't a good news.
That wasn't a good start.
No.
This is my 20th year of running the resort.
You're 20.
Never have we had to delay a week for opening.
That was the first time.
That was the first time. We've delayed a couple of days, but never a full week.
That's true. It's gone from like a Wednesday to a Saturday or something like that. But
we literally were not able to open. It was so warm.
I know everyone. I mean, resort locals, everyone included, was holding their breath, saying Thanksgiving. We need something for Thanksgiving because that's too many pre-booked reservations. That's a big start to the season.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's an interesting holiday because people are here for family. Mm-hmm. And they frankly don't expect a lot.
That's true. They're not looking to go ski the panoramic.
No, they know that's not going to happen. We love to have Mary Jane when we can, but that's okay too. But I mean, we were down to Parkway and Larry Sale.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
We
I know we have a lot of ski teams that come out to train and that.
And we had a lot of those ski teams that canceled.
Oh, so you did lose some.
We did lose some, although they came back then in December.
Oh, good.
So
I'm from the Minneapolis area, and a lot of
we actually had the business, but. Yeah, it was a tough start.
Yeah.
And the other thing that happens when you start late like that, we started right at Thanksgiving, and so without any prep, you go right into a busy time. But a lot of our kids really hadn't come to work for us yet because we had limited terrain, limited number of restaurants, and when we hit Christmas, it was a shock because we went into just full-blown big crowds.
I know that Mary Jane lifties are all kind of hanging out by the phone too, watching the snow report. We're watching the snow stake every day, saying maybe another foot and the Jane will open, and and all of a sudden, wham!
Well, I'll tell you, when it started to snow, which was about the second week in December, it just didn't quit.
Yeah.
And we're now over 200 inches.
200 inches, just
and
over.
We're not halfway through.
About a month and a half later.
Yep.
200 inches.
We're not even halfway through.
I can't remember the year, but it was maybe 5 years ago, where the whole season I think we had like 170 or 180.
Yeah. It was about 3 years ago. So we're off to a really good start. Everybody I talk to in town is doing well, and we're very happy.
It's been a fun time to be in Winter Park after 2008, and we saw a pretty slow recovery. And the last 18 months to 2 years it's been fun.
You realize in this business that there's a lot of things that affect us. 2008, of course, the economy affected us a lot. Mm-hmm. Snow is the biggest driver for us.
Yeah.
And so you're prepared for ups and downs. And when you get into the season, you never know. And every season that I've been here is different. And this one is proving to be the same.
You said 20 years now.
This is my 20th season.
Yeah. That's incredible. So do you have any great memories as far as, I want to go back just because I moved here in 2003, and I have been told by so many people, oh, were you here for that big snowstorm in 2003? No, I wasn't. I came 2 months later, and I'm still waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't remember the year it was, but we did have one storm where we had 72 inches of snow in 72 hours.
An inch an hour for 3 days.
We had about 7 feet of snow on top of Balcony House. And we've got some photos of guys up there shoveling it off, and the snow is way over their heads.
Now, level with me, could you run the lifts that day?
Well, it was over 3 days.
Or 3 days, right.
But it got to where it was pretty hard to ski. I was watching people come down Lower Hughes, and they were pointing straight down the mountain, and they were poling to get down to the bottom.
That might be our steepest groomer on the mountain, and they still were shoving themselves down the hill.
And there were days that we even couldn't groom. There was just so much snow. We had snowmobiles that were buried, and good thing we had big flags on them, so we didn't run over them with snowcats when it quit snowing.
The snowmobiles were just gone with flags sticking out of the snow.
They were just completely covered over. They got stuck, and we couldn't move them.
I keep waiting for this. It just happened when I moved here, and I just keep waiting. Like, I'm going to be here. We've had some great snows, but I mean, 72 inches in 72 hours.
It was pretty amazing. The way it came in this year, it's an interesting thing because we were getting 3 to 6, 7 inches a night. Mm-hmm. The difficult part about it was accompanied by a lot of wind, and that's why the avalanche danger went up so high. It'd get warm. Snow would melt, it would freeze.
Yeah.
Snow would fall on top of that. We then had slick slabs, and then the wind was blowing a lot into it. So it was a challenging time, but at the end of the day, we've got a great base, and people are having a wonderful time.
And we big news locally is our new avalanche control for the pass.
We worked with CDOT for a number of years, talking about automated control systems. They do a lot of this in Europe. And CDOT kept working with us, and finally we got to the point where they said, let's give it a try, but they didn't have all the money to do it. So we put together a group, and the town of Winter Park, Grand County, and Winter Park Resort, each of us put $75,000 into the capital project, and that's what got it built.
I know anyone watching will pretty quickly realize that that passes our lifeline. I mean, that is how we get out of the county and how we get back in the county.
It's
so
the lifeline to our business.
Yeah.
And it's on the Stanley, which is the toughest slide that we deal with. Since we put that in, we've just had great experience.
So far it's been a tremendous success.
They shoot it often, and so we don't have big slides. They don't come across the road. We did have one about 2 weeks ago that actually came across the road. We had had a lot of wind. They had been shooting it, but once it slid, it put about 15 feet of snow across Highway 40.
The locals know these as country club days.
Those are country, yeah, because there's nobody.
Nobody can get to town, and so we're out there owning the resort.
You know, it worked out. I mean, we didn't close overnight, so that system has worked well, and now CDOT is looking at doing it other places in Colorado.
Well, we need to take a quick break, but you've got some news to share, and I think we'll cover that when we come back from this break.
Sounds good.
Once again, I'm chatting with Gary DeFrange, Winter Park president and visionary of the ski resort. So a lot has been accomplished in 20 years.
We've done a lot.
It's been pretty awesome. So stick around. We'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
All right, doing good.